Spa Time with Realtor G here with Andrea Harden. She is a real estate agent in Florida, and I love Andrea. I learn something about her every day, every time we meet. There's something always new with Andrea, and when I was talking about this interview with her, I found out she was a makeup artist as well
Yeah.
and an
Esthetician.
esthetician, and
Yep.
proudly served the U.S. Air Force. And I'm
Uh-huh.
so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for the service you've done
Thank
and
you.
all the service all the veterans have done. So I'm grateful for that. And so tell us a little bit about you, Andrea.
So I hail from Florida. I am born and raised right here in Central Florida. I'm glad to be back home. So next month makes 2 years we have been back in the Central Florida area. So I was excited to get back home and close to family because I had been gone for 20 years. So all my family's here. I'm happy to be here. I service all of Central Florida. And you know how you always get on those when people ask you like, "Oh, what's a fun fact that nobody would ever know?" So my husband is also in aviation. He is an air traffic controller. And fun fact, one time I got to do a FAM flight, which is called it's a familiarization flight in a fighter jet. And my husband I got to land at his airport and take off and land and talk to him via the radio. So I feel like that's really cool. That's a highlight. So fun fact about me, that's all.
Awesome. So your husband's in aviation, and so did you say you were too?
Yeah, in the
With the
Air
Air
Force.
Force.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. And did you guys meet there?
Yeah, I met him when I was in the Air Force. His cousin I used to work with introduced us when I was out in California. So that's how I
Okay.
met my husband. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And are you both from Central Florida?
No, he's from Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from the Atlanta area and I'm from here.
Okay. And he moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Florida.
Yes, he was prior military also, so he's lived all over too. So
Okay.
yep, I met him right when he got out of the military.
Okay. So you're
Mhm.
both out of the military now.
Yes, we are,
And,
both of us.
and after the military, what did you start pursuing? Because that was really interesting when you talked about.
Yeah, I love it. I went to school for skincare and became an esthetician and a certified makeup artist. And I had a blast, man. I ran around Atlanta getting to do facials and I got to do fashion shows and photo shoots and things like that. So I had a really good time doing that. I even won Facial of the Year in Atlanta in 2016. Yeah,
That.
2016. It's the year I left Atlanta. Yeah.
So
So
is this that the text that you sent me with pictures? Is that something you did?
yeah, I got to work with Morehouse College there. They were doing this tribute to Black History. They did a what do you call those documentaries? Like one of those PBS kind of documentary things.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were doing African tribes, and I got to do the makeup for that. So I had a good time. It was really fun.
Can I share that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful, guys. So look at this.
Yeah. And now it's been a while, so long ago. I can't even remember what tribe it was, but it was really cool. They picked like 7 different tribes and they highlighted them and did a whole documentary on it. It was really neat.
That is awesome. So what transitioned you from the esthetician, the makeup artist into now becoming a full-time real estate agent that you are, and you are rocking it and you're on
Well,
fire.
thank
So
you. I appreciate it. With the help of people like you, girl. Honestly, COVID was like, you either gonna do this and live your life or not. So when COVID hit, we had just moved into this house and I had a little skincare studio in this office that I'm in now. I built it to have the skincare studio. And when COVID hit, I couldn't have people coming in and out of the house. And I had just literally opened like December of 2019. And then COVID hit March. And so I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I have this equipment and everything. And I had been always interested in real estate my entire life, actually. And when I got out of the military, I toyed with getting my license. And then I got scared because everybody's like, oh, it's so hard and this, that, and the other. And I was like, no, I'll pass. And I just didn't do it. Just I let fear get the better of me and kind of letting other people's opinions affect what I thought. And so I just said, no, I'll stick to skincare. And then when COVID hit, I was like, it's now or never. I'm home. I'm not busy. So I got into the books and got my license. And I got my license in February of this year.
February of this year, 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome. And you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Love your energy.
Thank you.
And
Same.
thank you. Yeah, I remember when I got mine in 2016. It wasn't. I love what you said about you've let other people's opinions get the better of you.
Yeah.
And then when you realize that what you didn't pursue was not your decision, it was outside factors, factors.
Yeah.
So one thing that's important that I found throughout my real estate journey, throughout having businesses in the past, is don't allow the opinions of others get in the way of your business.
Yeah, 100%. Agreed.
So I love I read this book from Robert Kiyosaki, and he said, mind your business. So,
exactly.
So you have to, so as a business owner, you have to mind your business. Yep. So when I think mind my business, I am like, this is my business. So this is where I have to work on. And it doesn't matter what, of course, you know that you knew that from your skincare business, and you knew that from being a makeup artist, and you're bringing that onto this. So this is why you're doing so amazing, because you already have that mindset, and you've cut that fear factor of allowing other people's opinions come to you. So I love that.
Yeah.
And that's going to help with your clients as well, with your clients knowing that here's an agent that's not afraid to negotiate the deal for them.
Yeah.
So I love that.
I really do. Me too.
So you said something to me earlier that I really, it touches my heart, because this is something that when I started, I told myself, when I start having a huge amount of business, and when I start making, like, being able to give back at a larger scale, I want to give back to veterans.
That's awesome.
Something that you said I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of the veterans or current active military people who may be watching this don't know something that you said earlier about military legacy. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So, well, my son, he would be a part of it because he wants to be a fighter jet pilot, and he wants to go into the Air Force or the Navy and fly fighter jets for a living. And so, like, for a lot of people, I'm using myself as an example. So that would start like our legacy, because my husband was Navy, I'm Air Force. And what I've noticed in the military is that's, your kids are a product of their environment. So my son was born on a military base. He grew up, with me, seeing me work on jets, putting stuff on jets, and he's there. He sees these jets. He sees these F-22s and F-16s and all of this stuff. So it's normal to him. And that's how it happens with other military families. Like, their great grandfather was in the military. Their grandfather was in the military. Their dad, they're in the military. And so it's a rich military legacy that they create. But one thing that I was not taught in the military is that it's amazing. It's an amazing experience to, go and do and fight for freedom. Like essentially when you're deployed and even when you're not deployed, just when you're doing your everyday job, that's what you're doing. So people can sleep well at night,
Yeah.
And so that's super important. But one thing that I want to teach military members is it's just as important to build generational wealth and to build a financial legacy, because we're just not taught that. Like they teach you, to be good stewards of your money. They have a lot of financial classes and different things like that. And I took all those classes. I mean, any class they had, I took. I even learned how to change my own oil and just, there's a wealth of knowledge and information that they offer to you on base. And
Yeah.
even, down to getting your education and everything. But I was never taught. I feel like when I was in, it's one of those things, and I know that it's true because I see it amongst my friends. It's kind of like when you get out of the military, that's when you go and you purchase a home, and and some people they do. Don't get me wrong, they purchase a home while they're in the military, but I want to change that narrative and say in 90 days, a lot of people don't know. So when you're active duty, in 90 days of active duty service, that's when you become a veteran. And so even though you're still active duty, you're still a veteran. And that's when you can start to use your VA benefits. So in 90 days, you can purchase your first home. And so these young kids that I come across, like I just had a cousin that went into the Navy, and Keon had a cousin. So that's my goal. Like, hey, I know you think this is like crazy, but buy a house. Buy a house right now. You're 90 days in. You got a check on the 1st and the 15th. You have good credit because you have to pay your bills in the military. You're gonna get in trouble. So go buy yourself a piece of property, even if it's not a house. Buy a piece of land, something, and start
Yeah.
your portfolio. So then, by the time if you get out in 4 years, I've had friends that the only thing they wanted to do was be in the military, retire from the military, and go into that job, civil service. And you see it every day. A lot of people retire from the military and they wrap that right into a federal position, doing the same thing that they did when they were in the military. But I've also seen where people have gotten deployed or they have gotten hurt on active duty, and they are disqualified from doing these things. One in particular is when you're deployed and things happen mentally because you're exposed to a lot, you see a lot, and then I've seen it, and it breaks my heart where these young men and women, they come back home and they no longer can do the job that they thought they were going to get out and do, because now you might not pass the psyche eval to get your security clearance. So what are you going to do in those situations? So if we teach them, yeah, this is great that you want to serve your country, active duty, and then you want to get out and you want to continue to serve on the civil service side, that's absolutely amazing. Give money to your TSP, which is a 401k, do all of those things, but buy real estate, invest in yourself, build generational wealth. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a plus. And
Yes.
you start building your portfolio while you're working on everything simultaneously. So you're creating that wealth that you're talking about, the generational wealth that
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that they have access to
Yeah.
within after 90 days. That
Yeah.
is
You can use your VA loan. Yep, you sure can.
so I hope that helps someone out there.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
And how can someone reach out to you? I know you work in the Central Florida area.
Yeah.
Are you close to Disney World?
I'm about 45 minutes from Disney.
No
so
way.
Not by Disney World, but if y'all want to come to Disney, holla at us, sister. We can have lunch.
I just came back in August from Disney.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were down here. That's right. Where were you at? Did you go to Disney?
Disney, yep.
We missed it. We missed it. But I got to come up there and see how y'all living in the New York. You got these beach waves, this beach wave.
I'm taking advantage of the sun because it's October and it's 80 degrees outside.
Oh,
That's
that's
not
nice.
normal.
Girl, take advantage because it's gonna be getting cold soon, right? When will y'all start to see snow? Like after Halloween?
No, mostly after Christmas.
Oh,
Like,
after Christmas.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
in
All right.
January, February, we start getting the blizzards. So,
Mm-mm.
but it gets cold where we're wearing sweaters and jackets, and like, look, I'm not
Yeah.
wearing a sweater or a jacket of any kind. It's so funny. I put a meme up. Um, in the morning, it's winter. the mid after, like, mid morning to afternoon, spring. Then you have no, yeah, spring. Then you have summer at 1 to 3 p.m. And then after 4, it's fall.
That's what you cover all the seasons in
All in one day.
one day. We don't have anything in Florida but hot and hot as hell. That's it.
We got hot as hell and rain.
Yeah, and rain and
Every
rain.
10 minutes it was raining. I was like, what is
Yeah, it was. Girl, those pop-up showers, they're no joke. Yeah, and you never know. Like they don't even really see them on the radar. They're just like, "Poop, here I am." So, girl, and this would be the best place to be a weatherman because they don't know when it's gonna really rain. They're like, "Oh, 70% chance." It doesn't even rain that day. And then the next day they're like 7%, then it rains all day. Boom, boom. I'm like, I could be doing this job.
we were in Disney. I was in the jacuzzi and it just started pouring. I was like, whatever. I don't care.
I'm good. I'm just gonna live my best life. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I love it. I love it.
So how can anybody reach you, Andrea?
Yeah, they can reach me at Andrea Sold My Home on social media. I'm Andrea Harden on Facebook. You can call me 770-823-0301.
Okay, you're going too fast for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I put it somewhere?
Yep, so that's the number I have for you. Is that your?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So follow Andrea on Instagram at Andrea Sold My Home. And she has a wealth of knowledge for VA loans.
Yeah.
She could get you connected to the right VA loan officer who specializes in VA loans.
Yes, ma'am.
And she's like, look how I love how like she's got that southern accent and that southern talk. She's like, yes, ma'am.
And it's so funny because like when Lisa and I are talking, and she's like, when she got moved down to North Carolina, she's like, "Don't call me ma'am." I'm like, "Girl, that's what we supposed to call it. We supposed to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am." They're like, because people are always like, "Oh, you learned that in the military." I'm like, "No, I learned that in Anna's house. Like, that's my mama." I'm like, "That's what we had to say." So
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love how Andrea is so persistent on following her dreams. And even though it may have had a little bump at the beginning, she allowed herself to get out of that mindset and put herself back into it. Especially, I know a lot of people went through the same thing during COVID. It woke a lot of us up.
Yeah.
And I'm always grateful to have an opportunity to connect anyone who needs the right connection. And she is 100% the person to go to if you're looking for not just a VA loan, but any home.
Yep.
Reach out to her. And do you have any closing thoughts?
Just full circle, the way we started, don't allow anybody to dictate what you do with your dreams. They are your dreams for a reason. And I truly believe what's for you is for you. And a lot of people, they don't understand. And I know Harjeet knows that our coach Sekou always says, like, the people that are closest to you don't know how to support you in this thing. And like My mom is my biggest fan, my husband, my son. But sometimes, and it's a weird industry, they don't get it. And they're like, why are you calling these people and they keep hanging up? Just don't call them. And I'm like, I gotta call them, you know? So again, I can't, like we talked about, I have to stay focused on my why because I'm here to truly help people. I want to help people, and I can't let somebody else's opinion dictate where I'm going. 100%. So, do you?
Do you? There you go.
That's right.
I love it. There you go, guys. Listen to what she just said. Andrea is awesome. She
Thank
will sell your house because that's what she does.
That's
And
right.
again, just what she said right now. That I'm just gonna leave it at that. Do you? Love you guys. Have an awesome.
Thank you so much, Harji. You are absolutely phenomenal and amazing. I love your energy, your positivity, support, encouragement. Like since day one, when I started coming on Commitment to Cap, and that's how I met Harji. She is always a wealth of knowledge and information. She don't play the radio. She is on it, and I aspire to that, and I thank you so much. Like you are just lovely, and it's nice because you're a go-getter, you're very focused, but you're also so personable, warm, down to earth. I can tell you like to have a good time. We get to laugh all the time, but at the same time you're very business minded, and that's a good combination because sometimes in this business you don't get all that in one package. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and I'm so grateful to have everyone there at 8 o'clock. Like
Yeah, me too.
when I started going at 8, Seiku's amazing. He's
Yeah.
just like I don't know if you've met him in person yet, but when you
Yeah,
meet
I
him in
have
person,
once.
so when you meet him in person, it's just like you're in a different world.
Yeah,
You're in this like amazing world, and
it is.
anything is possible. So to put
That's what I
yourself,
told him today. Yeah. It makes you feel like I can do this. Just like you said, anything is possible.
mhm,
Yeah. And we see it. We get to see it every day.
every day, and I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for that. And
Me
get
too.
to meet wonderful people like you and
Thank you.
me and
Yeah.
Lisa and Johnny and everybody who's there. I can't even met. There's like hundreds of people,
I know so many people.
thousands of people there.
Yeah. Truly. Yeah.
It's great to connect and collaborate with each other. So I love this. I love that how you ended with how you started, and it's just go for your dreams. Don't
Yeah.
allow anybody to dictate what you want, and that also includes you purchasing your home. Don't let
That's true.
outside people dictate
Yep.
your home buying decisions.
Exactly. 100%.
Love you guys. Take care.
Yeah.